What's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of my FIFA 15 career mode. Yes, here we are. Of course, we will be starting at West Brom. They won the poll, they won the straw poll I uploaded during the week, so thank you to everyone that voted. We had so many people getting involved. It's crossed in from the corner into the centre, and Adoma wins the header. And well, I can't believe this, but the ball somehow managed to cross the line and go in and out and find, well, it didn't find the back of the net clearly, but it somehow found the blades of grass over the line. Straight from kickoff, I just passed the ball into Anachabi and I thought, screw this, I am not having a replay, I want to go for it. And I stepped over around the last man. I ended up just blasting the ball into the top corner, and Victor Anichabi, or Anachabi, however you want to say it, makes it Middlesbrough. And we start today's episode off by buying a Scout Future Star from the catalogue. Now, following that, we had a youth squad monthly report which meant our Scout had returned with our future star. He's picked up a guy called Kevin Savanier, is that how you pronounce that, or Savanier? And also Kevin Savanier, the French winger, the left midfielder. He's 70 overall, he's 16 years old obviously. He's the Scout future star, but yeah, Niang has come in, he's accepted his contract, he's okay at being on a 40 grand a week deal, and as you can see, 75 overall, very, very decent stats indeed. And as you can see by the media article, West Brom bag a bargain is what it says, and I got to agree with that. You know, seriously, Niang looks like a very handy player for just £3 million, and don't forget, only 20 years old. So a lot of room to grow, and the fact he's already 75 overall, I think we've made a fantastic signing there, I really do. I know that I've overspent on quite a few players during this series already, but I think that £3 million is going to be an absolutely fantastic investment in the future. So very, very happy with that. He would be thrown in to make his debut here against Arsenal. Dave plays it to Fabian Delph. Delph finds Mbaye Niang, and on his debut, Mbaye Niang makes it West Brom 1, Arsenal 0. It is the perfect start to his debut, 18 minutes in, and the French winger has his first goal for West Bromwich Albion on his first start. So no wonder Niang got some celebrations as well, scoring on his debut and looking absolutely fantastic down that left hand side. And I don't want to jinx it, I don't really want to put too much pressure on this already, but I have to say Niang looks like a star for the series. He was absolutely incredible in that game, and we knew we'd bagged a bargain, but I didn't think it was going to be this much of one. Absolutely fantastic performance by Niang. You see his goal on the sort of the cinematics at the end there, and his celebration too, and we might be seeing that for many, many years to come. He's hoping anyway. So blushes spared for the time being. We needed a goal, we got it very early on, never seen that before, and we got ourselves the goal, and it's West Bromwich Albion 1, Torpedo Moscow 0. Who on earth was that? And now we've lost Brown a day as well, so Berahino's out for 2 months, and all I can hope that a day isn't out for too much longer. So he's out for 7 months. He's done his anterior cruciate ligament, and he's going to be out for 7 months. Brown a day is out for the rest of the season, and I genuinely, when I saw that email, I just dropped my controller and I thought, no, that's not fair. You're not allowed to do that to me. Brown a day is the reason we've been in such good form this year. Yes, the whole team's played really well, but Brown a day is the main man. He's been the cherry on the icing on the cake. And do you remember when I said that goalkeepers seem severely underpowered from penalties? I don't really know what to say about this. Even so, you know, in a game in typical bizarre comical fashion, it's best that we save the best till last, the most bizarre until last, and take a look at this.
3-2 the score.
Number 11.
Such quality in the build-up, a brilliant finish, a wonderful goal.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. I think this is episode number 53, but it's the Capital One Cup final anyway, with West Bromwich Albion against Swansea City. And yes, get in, 1-1, straight form now, and oh, surely there it is. Come on, get in, 3-1, got to be the game now. Great save, Guerrero, oh, good thing I brought a guy off the bench, and why Daniel Levy chose him, but I wouldn't have done so personally. As Kevin Savanier gets his first goal in a Capital One Cup final, get in. Anyway, we've won the Capital One Cup final, get in. Absolutely fantastic victory, a 5-1 win. At half-time, I want to reiterate, at half-time we were 1-0 down. 1-0 down at half-time. Clear winners, deserved winners, 5-1 victory against Swansea. Our first piece of silverware has been won, and it's the Capital One Cup. Gulan would then stand up and take a penalty here against Ben Foster, and the captain makes the save. Ben Foster getting his leg to the ball, which means with this penalty, Vargas must score for Napoli, otherwise they are out. I try and tell him where I'm going, and I do, but he goes there anyway, and Vargas misses the penalty. Foster comes up big in the shootout with 2 penalty saves, and we go through to the Europa League semi-final. So what a fantastic game, what a fantastic tie. We are through on penalties, and I just couldn't believe this, but after the game, how casual was that for celebrations? Ben Foster did like a slight fist pump, and that was it. Nobody seemed to care. I was like, are you serious? This is one of the best results of the season. How are you not going absolutely mental seeing the staff and the subs run on the pitch? Berahino found Victor Anichebe, who turned the last defender, went through one-on-one, rounded David Marshall, the goalkeeper, and put it into the back of the net and made it West Brom 2, Cardiff 1 with just over 3 minutes to go. And as you'll see in the bottom right, Victor Anichebe did indeed come off the bench and score us the winner. And it will always happen, you know, there's very few things that always seem to happen in career mode. It's a very interchangeable game mode, but the one certainty I always have is that if I have Victor Anichebe on the bench and I need a goal, I'll bring him on and he'll probably go ahead and score. You know, it will always happen. Anichebe comes off. So Vestergaard gets an injury here, but it's just a knock, and listen to what Jeff Shreve says here.
We might get an update on that injury now from our man Jeff Shreves. Jeff.
Physio's up on the touchline keeping an eye on him because he went over on his ankle. It looks like he's going to be okay.
Jeff Shreves.
Vestergaard is still off the pitch, and Jeff Shreves told us he'd be okay, but obviously he isn't. So we need to substitute the injured player before resuming the match, okay? Because Vestergaard cannot continue. Okay, I'll bring him off. No, we can't do that because, sorry, you're out of substitutions. So the game is telling me that I need to take off Vestergaard. I'm not allowed to play with 10 players, which is ridiculous because teams can do that. That does happen. But I can't do anything. I can't even just back out of the game and have the option to play with 10 men. The game just sticks me in there and says, I'm sorry, but you're stuck now. You know, it's your fault. You made those 3 changes. Truly, that's not even, that's not right. That's not right. Yeah, you should not be doing that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it means that I had to turn the PS4 off because, I could have quit the game if I wanted to. But I just turned the PS4 off. I went out in a fit of rage and went to the gym because I was just absolutely furious. Like, I was playing that game and everything was going to plan and I was enjoying it and it was all good, and then that happens. It's like, oh, for goodness sake, EA, like, seriously. However, I was surprised to see that Malumbu accepted his contract. All through the season, you guys have been noticing the emails from Yusuf Malumbu basically saying, I'm not getting in the team enough, what's going on, you know, I'm not playing enough games, even though he's clearly a first choice midfielder. And I was almost certain he was going to turn that contract down because he's also been saying, put me on the transfer list, sell me once the transfer window comes around because I'm not playing any games. But instead he... that was a weird accent. Instead, he accepts the contract and says, yeah, I'll stay at the club, which is kind of bizarre. I stuck to what I'd said to the other 2 clubs, Newcastle and Arsenal, and said I'll go as low as £19 million. And they actually said that they would match that. So Bayer Leverkusen, the German side, said they'd give us £19 million for Brown a day. And I was like, oh my goodness, that means he's about to leave the club and I haven't got a replacement lined up. So, and as you'll see, Lyon did indeed accept £16.1 million for the French forward. Lacazette did indeed come in, and you'll see his stats in just a moment's time. I gotta say, I mean, I know Brown Adele's a brilliant striker, and you guys are probably sitting there thinking, oh my god, he was scoring you goals left, right and centre, why have you got rid of the guy? But seriously, look at this guy's stats. 82 overall, 25 years old, so he's 4 years younger than Adele, he's 3 ratings higher off, he just looks like an absolute monster. His finishing stat is 2 ratings better as well. I gotta say, I think we've done some brilliant business there, I really do. We sold Adele, we brought in Lacazette for less than what we got for Adele. I think we've done an amazing transfer. Zambrano and Carrillo, the 2 Peruvians, were away on international duty, and I was like, what? Because I was never told this. My Peruvian players, my Peruvian pairing, Zambrano and Carrillo, both first 11 members, had gone away on international duty, and I was like, well, I wasn't aware of this. No one had told me, no one had notified me. I was never told that those players were going to be leaving on international duty. It wasn't just those 2 either. Kim Seung-gyu and also Jason Davidson, so the Korean goalkeeper and the Australian left back, they'd also left on international duty. All 4 of those players had gone, and I wasn't told that at all. I never got an email, there were no fixtures, there's nothing to suggest that those players should have left the club, and they all just gone, and I was like, you can't just take my players, do you know what I mean? You've got to tell me this. I need to know because I rested. They literally just took my players on the day. They were still at my club. So basically it's like the officials from the Peruvian FA, the Australian FA and the Korean FA basically just coming into my dressing room here at the Hawthorns with like an hour to go and saying, oh yeah, we're going to take those players and you're not going to be able to use them against United. And I was like, what? This is ridiculous. But what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 97 and today, dun dun dun, it is the Barclays Premier League final day. Yes, here we are, the final game of the season. Harrison Reed, oh my goodness gracious me, are you serious? On the final day of the season. I'm not going to fluff my lines, I'm going to score. So, his passing is 100% right now, he's so accurate. That's another brilliant ball. And Southampton are back in front. You there? You there? Good fake shot. Great finish. 2-2. Come on, Lacazette. Come on, Lacazette. That's brilliant show of pace. Niang in the centre. Oh, he scored. He squeezed it in. It's a hat-trick for Niang in 25 minutes. That's a great ball by Jordan Henderson as Silerson comes out. Manuel Neuer style and wins the ball. Malumbu to Niang. Silerson's going to be out of his goal. He's not going to be set. And Niang shoots. Oh, God. What a goal. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I can't believe it went in. Oh, but even so. Oh, my God. This guy, like, seriously. This guy. I run out of adjectives to use this guy. He's just so good. I mean, yes, it takes a deflection, but oh, my goodness gracious me. There's a man out wide. It's Andre Carrillo. Can he get there ahead of him? Yes, he can. And it's a great save by Silerson. And Carrillo again. Oh, what a finish. Andre Carrillo. 5-2 to West Brom. I don't believe this. This has got to be one of the greatest final days ever. Reed over the ball with him as well. Tadic will strike it. And oh my goodness, what a goal. Because he's not a walker, he's a runner, and he's down the right hand side. I'm going to try and drill that into the near post, and he's done it as well. And the Barclays Premier League title is ours. So one of the most exciting and action-packed final days you'll ever see. Why do we not have the celebrations? What? Why didn't I get to see the title celebrations? Do they not have title celebrations anymore? Have they taken that off the game? What? I don't know. That is a really, really lackluster and disappointing end. Okay, I'm actually really frustrated. Why has Ben Foster been named goalkeeper of the tournament again? And I thought I'd actually ask this question to you, but would you guys like to see me do a... Oh my god, Oh. No way! Oh my god. That is so deserved, seriously. Used to seeing that with that sort of player, but it goes wide of the post now for a goal kick. But how about this in the 51st minute? Jordan Henderson takes a huge tumble on the centre of the pitch there, and he goes down clutching his leg. He seems like he's in absolute agony, and as PSG play on, the referee doesn't stop the play, but as Zambrano wins the ball back, you see Henderson quickly get to his feet, and as the ball comes to Carroll, he picks out Henderson, who a minute ago seemed like he was in agony. He takes on David Luiz, rounds him, goes to shoot, and gets taken down. The referee gives a penalty. David Luiz gets a booking, and Jordan Henderson won the penalty with a storming run, and seconds ago he seemed like he was in agony. He seemed like he was in agony. Look at this on the replay here. He seems like he's going to get taken off the field injured. Instead, he carries on his run and wins us a penalty as well. So the French crowd must have been absolutely furious that Henderson did that, and he ended up winning us a penalty. And if you guys needed any more proof that this season is going absolutely perfectly, nothing can go wrong, and we are just feeling like managerial gods right now, well, this just sums everything up. Oh, it's finally happened. You know, a record-breaking season, top of the table, 31 wins from 38 games, 7 draws, 0 losses, only 15 goals conceded, 72 goals scored, a fantastic goal difference record of 57, and a points total of 100. We have done it, we have won the Champions League, and that now means that we have won every single trophy physically possible from a Premier League side. in career mode. We've won the Champions League, the Europa League, the Capital One Cup, the FA Cup, the Community Shield, the Super Cup and the Premier League. Regardless, it is your decision. PSG did come back to us and said, yes, please manage our club. So it is your decision. I don't mind if you want me to stay. So in the last episode, I gave you guys the choice to either leave to Paris Saint-Germain or stay at West Bromwich Albion. And you guys did decide that we should go to France, join Paris Saint-Germain. It comes to Lucas Digne. And, well, how about this for a goal? Lucas Digne, the left back, with an absolute screamer. And, you know, this team has got some incredible attacking flair instead. And Kabay's got a really good delivery on him. He crosses the ball in. Who does he pick out? It's Coulomb, the 21-year-old. Yes, I've given this guy his debut in a Paris Saint-Germain shirt. He hadn't made an appearance to date before this one, and he ends up scoring on his debut as well. So we won our first game by 4-0, but now we have the big one. We're taking on Barcelona in the Champions League, and as you saw by the group table there, we are 3 points behind the Spanish team, and we need to have a win in this game by 4 clear goals. Otherwise, we are going out. So as we took on Barcelona here, we had a really valiant effort in this game. We had a really good go. We did need 4 goals. We had 3. We tried very hard, but in the end of the day, we did our best. That's all you can really ask. But then in the 90th minute, pushed up too far at the pitch naturally, whereas Laporte is a much better solid defender, and he gets his first goal for the club there from the corner, making it 1-0, but that goal was nothing compared to this one. In the 11th minute, Lacazette scores one of the goals of the series. What a goal this is by Lacazette, and if you didn't see it first time around, I wouldn't blame you because it happened so quickly. Look at this, a lovely rainbow flick over the defender. I'm hopeful, I'm very hopeful of making sure we can win on our return to the Hawthorns, but of course it's not going to be easy. Running down the right hand side, he roulettes around his man and gets past him way too easily, crosses the ball in towards Lacazette in the centre. Oh my goodness, what a start. West Brom have a penalty, and it is a great chance for them to equalise here on the night. Rooney against Hugo Bruce Grobbelaar Lloris. What's he going to do? Rooney saved. Lloris saves it, tips up in the air and catches the rebound. Zlatan onside. Can he get there ahead of Joe Hart? No, he can't. Oh, Hart's missed it, and Zlatan has scored, and it's West Brom 0, PSG 2. Angel Di Maria is going to take it, and the Argentine drills it in, and West Bromwich Albion has scored, and what a corner. And the left back retains possession here, gets into the area, gets taken down, good save. It's come to the far post, and Andy Carroll has turned it in. Ibra, it's really well done. He's got a man on the overlap, and it's Mbaye Niang, and it's Niang, and it's Niang, and it's 3-2, and it's Mbaye Niang. It just had to be Mbaye Niang. As Lavezzi wins the ball off the bench, he slides it through towards Mbaye Niang. And Niang, well, it just had to be, didn't it? The boy, my boy, Mbaye Niang, the danger man, makes it Lyon 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. And when we need him to step up, how many times in this series for West Bromwich Albion did Niang deliver when we needed him late on in the game, in a massive game? He's done it here for PSG, the penultimate game of the season, the score at 0-0. Looked as though we were going to tie and lose our lead at the top of the table going into the final day. What a disaster that would be. And Niang smashes it in from a tight angle, beats the Portuguese goalkeeper Lopez, hits it inside the far post and makes it 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. And we have indeed won the top tier of French football. So it is going to be Thiago Silva, the captain, who will lift the trophy. This may be the last trophy he lifts depending on how we do in the Champions. So we are doing some great work here with the French side already. So Thiago Silva is going to lift the trophy, and we are going to be the Champions League holders this season. So last year it was West Bromwich Albion with us. This year it was PSG with us. I've won a Champions League. Beats him here with a Berber spin, goes down the right hand side, and how about this for an assist? A lovely little Rabona cross into the centre, and Anthony gets his hat-trick with a diving. He's got the pace to beat him as he cuts inside with a step over, finds Falvin, and well, to be honest, if we are going to leave PSG, if this is going to be our final game, what a way to potentially end it, because Falvin, I can never pronounce the guy's name, even so, he scores the goal, a really nice heel-to-heel flick round the last defender. He came off the bench, and of course he was signed from Marseille in the summer transfer transfer window. So this clearly is throwing down the gauntlet, you know, rubbing salt in the wounds from Marseille, telling them that we've taken one of their best players, he's on the bench for us most games, and he comes off the bench to score the winner at his old ground. So Marseille 1, PSG 2. Are we going to the Emirates? Are we going to join Arsenal, go back to England, try and challenge West Bromwich Albion for the Premier League title, or are we going to stay at PSG? The choice is going to be yours. I'm going to let you. In the last episode, I gave you guys the choice to either stay at Paris Saint-Germain or return to the Barclays Premier League and join Arsenal, a club I've never managed before, and you guys did decide that it was time to leave PSG and go back to England. Go ahead and manage Arsenal at the Emirates pitch, which is crossed in. It's cleared away only as far as Luke Garbett, who strikes it from range, and well, Luke Garbett says to Zivkovic, you were close, but that's even better. And what a goal that is by Luke Garbett, absolutely incredible. And I did say I was debating playing Creswell ahead of Garbett. That's why I stuck faith with Luke Garbett. I really like this guy as a left back. Yes, I know he's glitched. Yes, I know he's an 88 overall, and so he's obviously going to be good. As Niang goes through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he heel flicks around him, and I just love this guy. Like, I genuinely love this guy. Honestly, he is the cult hero of this series, and he is just absolutely incredible. He's deserving of the cult hero of the series tag. You know, he's just absolutely awesome. He goes through one-on-one. This year they seem to be a lot more accurate, and I've got so much confidence in the guy. As soon as he went one-on-one around him, I knew exactly what to do. You know, I knew what to do with Niang before I even got to the goalkeeper there. So Niang with a nice little skill shot. He's my boy, you know, and Mbai is my boy, and he makes it Arsenal 1. Or is Weimann going to make it Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 1? Ince is going to make the save. He's keeping Chesney out of the first team right now, and that penalty save is a big reason why. Even though Ince is 9 ratings lower than Chesney, I fancy him as a better goalkeeper. So Ince makes the save, justice. But how about this? Alexis Sanchez says he would like to leave the club. If you want to read this email, feel free to do so. He says he wants to leave. He gives us this email on Boxing Day. I don't know whether his missus overcooked the roast or something the previous day, but even so, he says he wants to leave the club. He says he's homesick, and a transfer request has been handed in by Alexis Sanchez, and as you'll see, I can't offer him a contract. He wants to leave. I can't disallow transfer bids. He wants to leave the club, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, but it looks pretty certain that Sanchez is going to be leaving the club. But the interesting thing is that he says he's homesick. Now, I don't know where he's going to go, but he's been living in England for several seasons now, several years. If he's going to leave anywhere, you'd predict he's going to go back to Chile. An 89 rated winger, still 32 years old, still has quite a few good years in him. Is he going to go back to his home country? I'm not too sure. If he leaves to another European country and a big team, you know, if he leaves to Chelsea, for example, I'm going to be pretty livid. But even so, Sanchez is probably going to leave the club. Well, now we start today's episode off by seeing the board have come to us regarding Alexis Sanchez and said they are going to sell Alexis Sanchez. The decision is now out of my hands, and they have apparently accepted an offer from another team, but Sanchez is still here, and we're not in the January transfer window yet. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. I mean, you know, the transfer window does now open. It was only I think a day or two out before the transfer window opened when I got that email, but even so, the transfer window wasn't open and they'd already accepted an offer from someone, yet he's still here. So what's going on right now? Is Sanchez going? Is he staying? What's going on? I have literally no idea. This is absolutely terrible. But yeah, Sanchez is apparently leaving. The board have taken it out of my hands. I can't offer him a contract, as you saw in the last episode. But also, Alexis Sanchez has left the club. He's joined PSG for £26.5 million, and we had no say in this. Alexis Sanchez told us he was homesick, yet he's going to a completely new country where he's never been playing before. And I could not be more frustrated, because that bid of £26.5 million is unbelievably cheap. PSG have gone absolute bargain there for an 89 rated winger, 32 years old or not. What a steal that is for our former club. But I could not be more livid about it, because he told me he was homesick. He said he misses his home, you know, and he's gone to PSG, the French club. He's never played in France before. He's going to a completely new country to play his football, yet he said he was homesick. How does that add up? Alexis Sanchez, you are a liar. And for the board as well, to sell Sanchez, our best player in terms of overall, for £26.5 million. What kind of business sense is that? That's absolutely terrible. And yes, I know that we want to build a younger squad here at Arsenal, but that's just dreadful. I could not be more annoyed about that passage of events. I really couldn't. I had no control over it. Oh, Mignolet's hesitated. Oh, ref, is that a penalty? It is. Penalty in the 13th minute. De Silva lunged in from behind. He didn't trust his goalkeeper. Oh, it's a red card. It's a straight red card. And oh, it's Mignolet that's been sent off. It's Mignolet. Wow. I thought that was De Silva, the right back who came in from behind, but it was actually Mignolet. I'm not actually sure about that, to be honest. I mean, it's a penalty to us. It's a definite penalty regardless. I mean, one of those players was the guilty party, but I was pretty sure it was De Silva. But Niang's going to stand up and take it. Who's going to goal for Liverpool? Is that Matuidi? I'm pretty sure it's between. Oh my goodness. What a start to this game. Niang's got to score. He does. He sends Matuidi the wrong way. What on earth has happened here at Wembley? I don't believe this. Have Liverpool got a sub-goalkeeper on the bench? They must not have one. Matuidi's gone in goal. This is incredible. This is absolutely extraordinary. Niang sends the French midfielder the wrong way. And this is absolutely remarkable. But of course, PSG side, as you can see, is going to feature one player playing right wing for them who was going to be having a very interesting night regardless of his performance, Alexis Sanchez, who left us in the January transfer window in very, very controversial circumstances, saying for a while he was homesick and wanted to leave the club, and ended up going to PSG, obviously a country where he's never played his football in before. But the first chance fell to PSG, and the first goal was scored as well in the 5th minute by Eden Hazard on the left wing. Verratti keeps hold of the ball. They go through the centre of the park, find Paul Pogba, and Paul Pogba, he takes aim. It's blocked by Kurzweil, but it falls to Miyaichi, and the Japanese winger does make it PSG 2, Arsenal 1. Pogba inside towards Sanchez, and Alexis Sanchez wins a penalty to PSG, and there's a little bit of afters with Callum Chambers and Lacazette. Sanchez goes down, and I did not think this was a penalty at all. You watched it on real time, you'll see it on the replay as well. Callum Chambers makes clear contact with the ball, and Sanchez then goes down after he's won the ball away from him, and I really did not think that was a penalty. You can see why it's given, yes, but I personally thought that was a clean challenge by Chambers, and Sanchez made the most of it. So Alexis Sanchez, the villain, wins a penalty for PSG against his former club Arsenal. Is Eden Hazard going to get his second goal of the game? Chris Ince is telling him where he's going. Instead he goes the other way. Hazard goes to the way that Chris Ince said he was going to go. Hazard calls the bluff and makes it PSG 3, Arsenal 1. So with 15 minutes to go, it is Hazard with his second goal of the game after Sanchez won the penalty. Lovely little ball, Welbeck even, lovely little ball inside towards Rani Unlu, and Unlu does make it PSG 3, Arsenal 2 with just Sanchez returns to the Emirates Stadium. What kind of reception was he going to get? Well, it was certainly going to be a feisty game. Great ball out wide towards Joel Campbell. Campbell flicks it on, and Rodrigo Lazari volleys it past Lloris and makes it Arsenal 1, PSG 0. Higuain turns his man, finds Remy Cabella, and with 9 minutes to go, Remy Cabella scores in front of the travelling fans. How the game would finish as well. So that means as Lloris celebrates and Cabella can celebrate as well, he is the hero, because PSG are going through to the Champions League final, and we have been knocked out in the semi-finals, and that is just devastating. We are out, and we will not be going to a Champions. 11 games in, Everton have 27 points in the top of the table. We've got 24 points and are 3 points behind. The former Everton left back beats the right back, crosses the ball in, and Mbaye Niang takes a touch, smashes it past the goalkeeper. Niang takes it around Besic, goes through and shoots, and as you can see, finds the back of the net for the second time. He cuts inside the area, keeps on going, plays it towards Kramer. Kramer finds Benteke, and the Belgian slots it past Carboni and makes it 2-1. So just 4 minutes after the restart, Everton back in this game. They didn't really do much in the first half at all, but that was a really nicely worked goal. Nice little ball by Kramer there, inside to Benteke, and Benteke just slots the ball into the bottom corner and isn't going to miss. So the Belgian makes it 2-1, and Everton are back in the game. In the 51st minute, another great chance for Everton as Bruno's on the ball again, going down the right hand side, takes it around Luke Garbett and finds Ross Barkley here. Barkley plays the ball inside towards Christian Benteke, and Mario Williams takes him down from behind, and the referee gives a penalty to Everton and also gives Mario Williams his second red card of the season already. So penalty to Everton. Benteke's already got 1 goal, and as you can see, he gets his second as well from the spot. Everton really did sense the fact that they could probably work the ball around really nicely and create some chances, and they had one here with Barkley getting on the ball and shooting and also scoring as well. He tried tries to curl it over the wall into the top corner and does succeed in doing so. A wonderful free kick by Yang. He's not going to celebrate with the travelling fans though, he's just got himself his hat-trick. And that was how the game would finish as well. Everton 3, Arsenal 3, and superb. In the 83rd minute, how about this? Joel Campbell swings in the corner, the Villa goalkeeper clears, and well, I just mentioned Luke Garbutt there. He's a real handful for opposition defenders. He's a monster when going forward as a fullback. He's so creative, and he's already scored one really nice goal for us in an England shirt, but that's without doubt his best goal in an Arsenal. And Yang was on the pitch, and I was debating giving it to him because obviously he's back from injury now. He is our usual free kick taker, but I thought, do you know what? I'm going to let Luke Garbutt take this. He's got some pretty decent stats, and I'm so glad I did because Luke Garbutt scores against one of his former. And how about this in the 83rd minute? Vargas plays a good free ball towards Niang, who goes through. The goalkeeper Baumann comes out, takes it round Niang, dribbles round him, kicks it forward. Garbutt wins it, and Sterling off the bench tries to lob the goalkeeper from halfway line. It hits the bar, then Baumann spills it. QPR with some comical defending eventually get the ball away, and it was already having a pretty bad game up until this point anyway, and it just gets worse because Austin chips the penalty down the middle and Carboni loses his footing and falls backwards, and it's not the first time. But they said he just wanted 600 grand for him, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll give you 600 grand for Ronaldo because we've got the money to do that. We've got the money for his wages, and Real Madrid said, yeah, take him. So Real Madrid are going to let us take Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best players in the world. I think Messi would still be rated higher in the game at this period as he's a 94 overall right now, but Ronaldo 93 overall. I don't care whether he's 36 or 63. With the stats that he's got, I'm always going to be accepting that deal. Ronaldo accepted his contract, a 2-year deal for us here at the Emirates Stadium, and Cristiano Ronaldo signs for Arsenal on deadline day for £600,000. And what from the resulting corner, Ozil crosses the ball in to the centre, looking for Murray Williams again. This time it's headed away, but it comes to Luke Garbutt, and Luke Garbutt does not score normal goals. Whenever Luke Garbutt scores, it may be rare, but it's always an absolute wonder goal. You know, every single goal we've seen him scoring is if they were to get themselves through to the next round. But of course, as Ronaldo scores here in the second minute, it means they now have to score 3 goals if they're going to get themselves through to the second round, at least 3 goals as well. Otherwise, we'll be making our way through to the Champions League semi-final, because it just had to happen, didn't it? You know, just 2.5 minutes in, Cristiano Ronaldo scores against his former club, makes it Arsenal 1, Real Madrid 0. We cross the ball in, Ronaldo's not going to miss that tap in there, and he does make it 1-0 to Arsenal. We do indeed have the FA Cup final here with Arsenal against Spurs. Possible. Come on, Lazari, this time, surely. Yes, finally, 1-0. I can't think of the very first game experience I had. Oh my goodness, Spurs have equalised in stoppage time. That's one of their first chances of the half. As I mentioned earlier, I absolutely love YouTube. Oh my goodness, how did that go in? Oh, it's just such a pressure penalty. Come on, top left, that's usually the safety spot. Niang scores, gets in. Goalkeeper dives the right way, but can't keep it out. 2-2. Being desperate to get it to work again and sort of starting it up again, for example. Get in Niang, 2 from 2, and we are now back in the lead. We almost failed to win it, I have no idea, but we've got 4 minutes of stoppage time, which are almost over, and this will seal the game as Niang puts it in, makes it 4-2, and grabs his hat-trick. Even so, we're going to get the win now. Spurs aren't going to score another 2 goals at stoppage time. They might get 1 here, though, as the shot comes in, and they have scored. Paulinho's got it. Final score, Arsenal 4, Spurs 3, and we get the job done in a very dramatic FA Cup final. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 261, and today it is the final episode of the series. Yes, we have reached the final episode in this very long Career Mode series, 261 episodes, and we've got the Champions League final with Arsenal against our former club, Paris Saint-Germain. So really looking forward to this, really nervous for it as well. Of course, it's just I get absolutely tons of them. I'd never get around to answering them all. And there you go. And I've just injured Sanchez literally in the first minute with the first tackle, but now he's caught up. What a shame. I thought we were going to force Sanchez off in the first minute. What a dramatic start to this Champions League final it would be. And he's actually left the pitch. We've injured Sanchez in the first minute. This is crazy. Alexis Sanchez, who was part of the PSG side that knocked us out in the semi-finals last year, could be going off already, and Lazari scored, as well, and we're up in 2 minutes. What a start! And it is 1-0, so yeah, let's get ourselves down to the questions. And and PSG could have equalised straight away, and they have. Paul Pogba has made it 1-1. Oh my goodness, what a start to this game. And I think that's the finals that most will be predicting. And I predict that as well, to be honest. And PSG have scored and put themselves in front with Paco Alcacer. And I've got to point the fingers at Carboni there. I absolutely love Steph Curry, and I love what Steve Kerr's done with them. So either way, if that does turn out to be the finals, which I think it will be, and Ronaldo makes it 2-2, this is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. It's 2-2, 15 minutes in. This is crazy. He's been absolutely awesome for Gary Monk this year. I mean, you know, when you think about Sigurdsson, his career at Spurs didn't go exactly how he was planned, I guess. Oh, it's a second yellow card. Who's that being sent off? Oh, it's Hazard. Hazard has got himself a second booking, and he is off. Wow. I saw him get a booking a few minutes ago. I didn't know that was a booking, though. He seemed to, I guess he was a little bit late clipping Savanier there, but is it a booking? And there is the final whistle. Referee calls time on the opening 90 minutes of the game. We're going for an extra half an hour. What a fantastic final this has been, and there's 30 in-game minutes to play. He's got something like a 66%. Oh god, I messed it up, but I've won a penalty. I've been bailed out there. He was tackled from behind, and the referee gives a penalty. He's got like a and I do believe they are going to go ahead and get themselves the the playoff final and go through to the Premier League. It just had to be, didn't it? It just had to be. I thought it was a penalty because he was tackled from behind. I don't think you can really complain about that, but it just had to be. He missed a penalty in the Capital One Cup final against Newcastle. He's missed one here in the Champions League final. Niang he's not the big man for the big occasion anymore, like he used to be. And Ronaldo flicks onto Lazari, and again Niang could be through. This is his second time. This time I'm surely not going to mess it up. And by Niang 101, please get it right this time, please. There we go. That's what I meant to do. And by Niang against one of his former clubs. Arsenal 3, PSG 2. I said he wasn't the big man for the big occasion. He was just having a warm-up. He was just waiting for a better chance. He wanted to score on his weaker foot. That's what it was. It's Arsenal 3, PSG 2. We're in front again. And oh my goodness, I'm so relieved after missing that penalty. It's my boy doing it in the Champions League final. Arsenal 3. PSG 2, and we retake the lead in one of the best Champions League finals ever. And that's got to be the game, ref. And there it is. Final whistle is blown. Arsenal 3, Paris Saint-Germain 2 in one of the best Champions League finals I have ever put out on YouTube. What a fantastic Champions League final that was. And the most important thing was that we got the win and we complete the quadruple. And what a way to end the series, by beating our former club by 3-2 in one of the most dramatic finals ever. And what a fitting way to end this series as well. So Niang is going to lift the Champions League trophy for the first time, Arsenal's first ever Champions League trophy. What a way to end the series. Niang lifts the Champions League trophy. And you know, I can't thank you guys enough for being subscribed and for watching this series. Like, without you guys I can never have made this series, and I can never continue doing YouTube without your support. So it's awesome to know that you guys are always there to back me up when I need it, and to provide the support on the videos when I need it the most. So thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it, and I'm just so glad that I was able to end this series in style for you guys, which we've done so yeah, thanks very much for all the support in the series, guys. Really appreciate it. That is going to end the episode and the series. Absolutely awesome way to end it, an awesome end to an awesome series. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the start of my new career mode very soon.